In this video, we're demonstrating how Carpathia works with text files generated from a website or some other program that we create job files from in Carpathia. We created this feature in Carpathia to be able to open and read these files to generate job files. We'll take a look at one of these XEM files. So here we'll open up one of these. It's just a notepad file. It has header information with a job number. That's what we end up, this order number is what we give as the job name. Then it tells 12 by 12 material. It's on a gold sheet of material. The grid cutout is turned on, and then it references a template, a TACR6 template. Then the 0,0 means new plate, and we have 3 lines of text. Then it references that same template, and we have 3 more lines of text, and so on down through here. All of this semicolon, exclamation point, this is all just command language that they use in this file type. We won't necessarily use that. Ours will be a little more simple, just plain English. But the concept remains the same. So what this looks like, the first thing we need is to have a TACR6 template that can handle 3 lines or more of text. To create a template, say File New. We'll make this template 4 inches wide by 1.5 inches tall on a 12 by 12 sheet of material with a grid cut turned on. So here's our 12 by 12 material in the gray. There's our single plate. So for these type of jobs, all we need to have are multiple lines of text on a plate. So let's say we want to have this as 24 point text. Enter. Okay. So we have 6 objects. I can get rid of one of them. We select all, horizontal center, and then I can't use the F8 hotkey with this video recorder that I'm using, so I have to go in and hit the button in there. So that puts all of our potential lines of text to be used. So for any job that will use a 4 by 1.5 inch plate, this template will work. And what we do is, in the case of the job you're going to see, there are only 3 lines of text. We eliminate the extra 2 lines of text and then realign everything to fit in the plate. So we'll save this. I already have one of these created, but we're just going to save over the top of it. So this is the P235, P325, sorry. And we save this over that and say yes. Now I can close it. Then I go to File. So that's a one-time thing. That's created. Now, when this notepad file is generated, I can go Open. And we're using this one. Open it. And you see it eliminated the extra lines of text. And it centered everything here into this plate. Now, one of the things that you'll notice on this, say this one right here, we have one line that had to be condensed to a 70% aspect ratio. It's 70% of its original width. This line of text is still at 100%. This line of text is 100%. One of the features that we offer, we're going to close this one, not save any changes. We're going to go into Global Settings, and we are going to turn on an aspect ratio. We're going to force the same aspect ratio. Now when I do a file open, I open that same file, we notice in this one all of these are now at that same 70% aspect ratio. So it depends on how you like your plaques to look, what you think works better for what you're doing. Typically on a plaque like this, you want this aspect ratio to be the same on the plaque. So that's one job open. So then the way this has worked with this other customer, they would say File Open, pick another template. This particular XEM file uses multiple templates. So we open this one, and you see in here how it's called several different templates to open, and it puts it all on one sheet of material. Now if we want to have this on this sheet, then what we would do is, instead of opening, if we open it's going to create a new job, what we would do is we would actually go to File, Merge that file and open it, and it would put it on the same sheet. So that's a feature we would need to add, is that merge. I cheated and saved it as another job and merged it as a job, but that's how it would work, is that you would open the first one and then you would merge the rest of those files to add to the same sheet of material. To recap, all that needs to happen is, on your end as a customer, you generate these text files with the information that you want to have on each plate, referencing a template that you've already created. Then from there, it generates to this and ready to go to a machine. You can see what it looks like going to a machine. We can say File, Print. We choose an epilogue engraver. And here's our job with our engrave section and our vector section. So this would be what would be engraving, and then when it finishes that, it would vector cut this out. There is the possibility that if in the text file you want to generate the template and then populate, rather than having to have the templates already created, that's a possibility. That can go either way depending on how you need to work. In the past, working with people doing this kind of work, I think that it's helpful for an operator to understand basics of how this software works. It is very simple to be able to create a template, adjust a template. That way they can do these things without having to get some programmer involved that's working, generating these notepad files. Just seems to be, in my experience, an easier way of working, but we can do it the other way if need be.